But we need to talk about some football as well. Don't you agree, Darius?
Absolutely.
Yesterday, there were some things being said. And it's not just yesterday. I guess it's any time this particular player potentially doesn't play the perfect football game. It's not only on the internet, but it's also in real life. I'm done with the Brock Purdy slander. This dude's in his second year.
Second year.
In the NFL, out of Iowa State. He was playing against Washington State just a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Now he's in his second year in the NFL, back-to-back NFC championships. Last pick of the draft, we all understand that. This guy was handed absolutely nothing through this entire process. And now it's like, well, we got to come out and kill this guy because he didn't have a perfect game in divisional round against Green Bay Packers. Well, I just want to remind everybody, here's some interesting stats from Hembo on Brock Purdy about this season, okay? Not just this season, Brock Purdy era with the San Francisco 49ers. Including the playoffs, the 49ers are 20-5 and average 29.2 points per game with Brock Purdy as their starter.
A lot. Is that good?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. That's top 5 in the league. 29.2 in points per game. They're 17-3 and average 30.1 points per game when Debo and Trent Williams both play. One of those losses came in the NFC title, by the way, whenever he was knocked out in the first quarter or whatever. During the regular season, this one, he led the NFL. This is Brock Purdy. Basic ass, bomb ass, system quarterback, check down ass Brock Purdy, okay? During the regular season, he led the NFL in yards per attempt, yards per completion, first downs per attempt, passer rating, total EPA, success rate, and total QBR, okay? Check down, bad, terrible ass, basic ass Brock Purdy led the NFL in all those things. By QBR, okay, quarterback rating or ranking, whatever the hell they call it.
Sure.
He was the top 5 player at quarterback in these categories this season. Versus man, when blitzed, when not blitzed, when pressured, when not pressured, in the pocket, in the red zone, in the fourth quarter, and on third down. Okay, so everything that matters, okay? And in the playoffs this season and last season combined, his QBR is a 67.6 on a 0 to 100 scale, which is far above, I guess, what normal, I don't know, that one's a bad stat.
Hambo.
And then on that fourth quarter, go-ahead touchdown drive against the Green Bay Packers, he went 6 of 7 and passed for rush for 58 of the 69 yards that they gained. If you do recall, Conley, now we got Kittle, now we got Jennings, in a keyhole, reading the defense, put it over a linebacker in front of a safety, just within fingertips of everybody, check down quarterback. Ayuk obviously makes an incredible catch for him, but what about the ball? What about the ball that was thrown there? This is getting absurd. I didn't think or expect myself to ever take a stand for a man named Brock Purdy.
Sure.
Okay, in my entire life.
Yeah.
Guy of Iowa State. Quarterback for the Niners. That's so far left on the map. I would never pay attention to that.
The 1 seed.
That's so far over there. No, I'm tired of it. This guy's in his second year. He's only going to get better. And now there's a story coming out that Kyle Shanahan told him he was the guy unless they could get Tom Brady out of retirement or whatever, and to which he was both pumped and bummed because he's a competitor. But he was also, once again, the last pick in the draft. He's not expecting anything. He was hoping to make the team. That's all he wanted to be on, was the practice squad. And now in his second year, back-to-back NFC championships and leading the league and everything. Darius, I'm sick of it. I can't take it anymore. I don't understand it.
I feel like everybody loved him early. You know, it was a great kind of Cinderella story. Everybody expected the shoe to drop at some point, and he continued to get better. What did you say, 25 games?
Yeah.
So that's not even 2 full seasons now as a starter, even back-to-back championship games. I've been a fan of him since, obviously, he took the field. Obviously, you know, great players around him, great play caller. People are like, oh, is it him? Could anyone do this? But you look at all those stats. Exactly. And if he was drafted in that same slot at 3 overall, it would be a completely different narrative about him. And usually, you know, like you just mentioned this game-winning drive, usually that's the argument with quarterbacks. Oh, he had a great game, but now when it's clutch time, when it's a playoff
They're talking about Karl Anthony Towns last night.
Yeah.
Had 62 points, only had 4 points in the fourth quarter. What an embarrassment.
Saying that about Josh Allen.
This guy, Brock Purdy, complete opposite.
And B dropped 70. They're calling him, oh, he's Dak Prescott. Don't let him fool you again. He's going to get to the playoff, piss down his leg. So, you know, this guy's only showed up, and that's what you judge players off. I judge them off what do they put on film. You know, you got to be a trigger man. You got to make the right calls between the ears. I'm sure, obviously, Greg will have a lot to say about him, George as well. But, I mean, he's done everything right, in my opinion. And like you said, second year, I don't care where he was drafted. I don't care what his expectations were for him. I don't care who he's playing with. For a guy to be playing the toughest position in sports, I mean, playing at this level is impressive.
Yes, he has a good team. Sue him. Everyone who wins the Super Bowl has a good team. Go ahead,
That's what you guys aren't talking about. On that final drive, he threw it to Jennings, Ayuk, and someone who I don't know his name.
Conley. Yeah, we learned it.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, great route.
So that's it's convenient, you guys, to leave out all those weapons names that every team would die for on that final drive. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, Conley was a guy that we've been talking about going into this game.
Bingo.
When they need one, Conley's going to get it for them. And that's what we've been talking about. And Brock Purdy somehow has this chemistry with this Conley guy seemingly signed Friday onto their football team. Right into a bet. I mean, what are we even doing here? The guy has the accuracy, he has the decision making, he has the moxie, he has his team's respect. It's like everything you want. It's his second year in the NFL. And obviously, and Philadelphia Eagles fans, they know this deep down in their soul. We know they won. If he remains healthy in the NFC Championship game,
yes,
I think the reason why the Niners have had the year that they have is because they all feel the same way that I think some of us feel like, hey, that Niners team was ready to go. And ever since Purdy got dropped in there, remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It went.
He got dropped in there, and it was like, boom, best team in football. And it's amazing how ready everybody is, and cleverly ready everybody is to kill him.
Yes.
And he gets murdered.
Well,
and I'm like, this guy.
Why?
I don't know.
It's the reverse Tom Brady. It is the exact opposite of Brady. So Brady, when he came in, he never got the check down BS, and there was never a conversation, at least I don't believe, that like, hey, his team's too good. The Patriots, everyone around him's too good. But in the end, when they won in 16 and when they won in 18, it was check down king. Like, those were the things that were being said. Hey, if he didn't have a great defense, like, it feels almost as though because he's the last pick and not the 3 pick. You said if he was the 3 pick, it'd be different. I think if he was the 3 pick, it would be, sure, this guy's great, but he can't win the big game or something goes wrong with him. Because it's the last pick, it's like, hey, forget the big game. Forget every game. This guy just sucks because he's the last pick. He's not
those
good at
Scots
football.
can get things wrong.
Of course.
I wasn't even invited to Combine.
Yeah. Trey Lance got picked 3.
Lamar went 32 after having one of the best college careers we've ever seen.
Tom Brady won 199.
Yeah, the number 1 overall was between Baker and Darnold, not Josh Allen and Lamar in that same draft.
They get it wrong.
Anyways, Brock Purdy, though, I'm done with it. I'm sick of it. And when he starts to suck, if he starts to suck, we'll say it.
Sure.
Because wait until you hear the stuff we have to say about a basic-ass white playing terrible at quarterback. We got
it. They're in the chamber.
You know the amount of basic whites we've been talking shit about for our entire life? I mean, we got them in the chamber. This one does not deserve it at this point. He's played phenomenal football, and the Niners are obviously in a beautiful place.